welcome to the Midnight Run. We're honored by your attendance. Your host, Danoby2.
Oh, look at you wonderful folks out there. How is everybody tonight? A midnight run, huh? Look, I confess, I will apologize. I've been on adventures, all right? I've been busy. It's the holidays. There's been a lot of things happening within my life, and I do miss you folks. I really do. And I take a little break, and all hell breaks loose. Well, look who's here. Wait a minute. Hold on here. The Star Wars bloke. Hello, everyone. Looking forward to this, Danoby. Oh, that's right. Midnight. So it's what time is it? Star Wars bloke, we have a tradition here. Check in. What part of the world am I reaching? So location and time. 808 Michigan Jedi. I was just in Vegas today. Was there since Sunday. Back home in Hawaii. Very nice. You should have said. Should have reached out. I've been gallivanting through the valley, the desert, mountains, rivers, all that jazz. There it is. Beautiful. Star Wars. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. Before we get into all the action and fun, a Star Wars book is checking in from Australia, 7 p.m. Thursday. Jesus, I did not see Godzilla -1. It's on my to-do list. I would like to see it in theaters. It's I know it's gotten like 97% Rotten Tomato score, and there's a lot of positive buzz around it. So I actually do want to see it. And if it was up to me, I'd like to see it in theaters versus streaming. So here we go. There he goes. Eric knows how it's done. Charlotte, North Carolina, 3 a.m. That's right. So look, it's the holiday season, right? We are in the month of December. Who else is left out there? Who's taking a break? Who has paused? Who's experiencing a true nightmare before Christmas? It's bonkers out there. I sympathize. I really, really do. I was on Sideshow earlier today. 126 pre-orders. Holy smack. Not including everything else out there that is tempting us wonderful 1/6 scale collectors. There's a lot. This is look, I told you so. I told you. The math didn't add up. When you're looking at when you're starting down the barrel of 130 some pre-orders, plus you have all of these distractions from Hasbro, from other toy companies, Mondo, Exo 6, if they're still around, maybe. I don't know what they're doing. And then you have then oh my god, then Inarts. My god, talk about talk about the talk about the gift that just keeps on giving. My god, there's always something. Inarts, which then leads into another competitor, right? JND. Why? Oh, goodness. 6 months to get down all that F1 structure. Didn't know how to get in contact with you. Well, I do live on YouTube land and Instagram. It's always the best way. The clever folks out there, they know how to get a hold of me. Old Gamer Toby, good morning. 9 a.m. and from Germany. Thank you for joining, good sir. Thank you. It's always a pleasure. I've taken a break. Look, I think the last time I streamed, actually, I did tag along with Geeking Out, Nate and gang back last month. But before that, though, October was wacky. I did visit New York. I did visit New York Comic Con. I did get to hang out with fellow peeps out there. I got to be a Ghostbuster. I got to be an actual Ghostbusters in New York City. I got to visit the firehouse. October was just poof, came and went. I'm getting bombarded with a ton of releases. I've throttled my pre-orders, and I'm still getting shit being sent to me. I got Panther. I got Mondo, the 1/6 scale Panther. That came in today. Electro came in yesterday, which I'm going to be USB hacking the crap out of Electro, the Hot Toys Electro. I'm going to be pumping in so much power. He's going to, it's going to be, look, when I get done with Electro, it's going to be hard to photograph him. He's going to be pulsating with so much energy. He's going to have to, instead of that old school 12 volt, Architect, I'm going to have to move Electro into like the 48 Architect. For those of you in the tech community who kind of get that reference, but we're not going to go in that reference anyway. So the drama, the pandemonium, JND, why should we care? I mean, that's the question because I've had some of you wonderful folks out there kind of keep me in the loop as to JND's little shenanigans that they're interested in getting into the 1/6 scale business. I said, fine, the more the merrier. Let's see what they got. Show me what they got. And right out of the gate, they announced that they're going to be moving forward with the Heath Ledger Joker. When I first heard that, the first thing that came into me was like, is Warner Brothers Discovery in trouble? I mean, I guess if you fart in their direction and you write a check, you can get the license to Christopher Nolan's Batman. They're giving it away. They can't give it away. They can't. I don't understand this. Why for such an aggressive, we as collectors, we as 1/6 scale collectors, we exist and live in a very fierce competitive market, a world of expensive action figures. The average high-end 1/6 scale figure, it does average around $300, unless you settle for a bargain bin, a discounted figure. What Sideshow doing now? BOGO, buy one, get one free. It's just old, dead stock. That's not what people are interested in. Folks collectors are chasing, right? It's like a dog trying to catch its tail. They're trying to grab all the stuff that's on wait list right now. C3PO, R2D2, Electro. A lot of those. There's quite a few of waitlist figures, and it's stressful. I 100% sympathize. It is completely stressful, especially not. And I said this. I told you so. This is one of the reasons. 6 months ago, I was on live streams, and I did say I'm purposely trying to throttle my pre-orders. I'm trying to keep my pre-order list at or around below 30. Below, because this is exactly what I'm going through right now is exactly what 6 months ago I wasn't looking forward to, and that was figures spontaneously arriving early, which is happening to me right now, and I'm not able to sit down and enjoy it, pose it, find a home for it, take photos, play with it. I don't have that time. I have quite a bit of figures that are piling in a corner, and it's one of the reasons why I kind of feel like I'm falling behind, because I did spend quite a bit of time USB hacking my Spider-Man Marvel figures. I've been having a blast playing with Doc Ock. I've been having a super blast playing with a Green Goblin. I mean, I've reached this pinnacle as a collector that if a figure spurs imagination, right? If it's able to do that, I stop everything and I'm like, what can I do to improve it? What can I do to make this figure so much better, right? And that's kind of where I have Electro on the conveyor belt. He's the next one I'm going to be working on. I made the mistake of opening up the 2 Cyberpunk figures I got on discount over at hold on, it's warm in here. It's like cold outside. Let some air in here. There it is. I ended up buying like a Cyberpunk pack from New York Toy Comic Con, and I finally got to open those 2 figures a few days ago, which are just crap. They're just the not crap, the quality of the figures. They're not very, very good, but I did buy them super discounted, brand new at New York Comic Con. But that being said, once I was able to open up those figures, I saw an opportunity for me to actually make them better, which I'll be sharing that with you folks, hopefully before the end of the year. So let's talk about JND. Let's talk about what they're doing. Why should we even care? Why is this important? And is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Andre, thank you for checking in. Thank you. My pre-order list today is only 5. Can't bring myself to go beyond that anymore. It's I'm telling you, it's you as a collector right now. You don't want to paint yourself into a corner. You don't want to get yourself bullied into a situation where these invoices are coming in during Christmas, the nightmare before Christmas, and you then need to make tough decisions. And the tough decisions are essentially canceling your pre-order, and Sideshow isn't showing any mercy at all right now. If you placed a pre-order with Sideshow, they're not going to give you your money back. And I'm going to tell you right now, to stay in this game, if you've been in a situation where you've been canceling pre-orders and losing money, $30 here, $40 there, it's unsustainable. And you run the risk of falling. It just is what it is. You can't, I mean, these aren't Marvel Legends, these aren't Black Series. You really have to be very cautious, because I can only imagine what it's like in Facebook land, and just the whole pain, the whole situation, of what exactly is going on out there. Yeah, I can only imagine. And Hot Toys isn't showing any mercy at all. They're just not. And of course, I see the screenshots. I am somewhat a social, and I do know that it is panic selling out there, 100%.
Yes, I'd say it's a full-scale panic. Are you having a run on the bank there yet? Well, it's rather brutal here. We're advising our clients to put everything they've got into canned food and shotgun.
I had to play that. I just saw the promo trailer for JND. I want to take a look at this. I want to kind of dissect it in kind of real time with you folks. Hello, CN. Hello. Good evening. A spontaneous midnight run. We're gonna dig a little bit deep into the whole JND situation. So JND Studios, right? It's almost like a mirror universe version, right? You have Queen Studios, you have JND Studios. Both statue companies are still currently known for making high-end, really attractive, really beautiful statues, high-end pieces. So to not sink the ship, right? They spun off an LLC, as Queen Studios has done with Inart, right? That way, if Inart it tanks and hits the brick wall at 100 miles per hour, it doesn't take Queen Studios with it. And JND Studios is clearly taking a lesson from the Queen Studios playbook. And their spinoff company here is June Works by JND. Again, what I am a little bit cynical. I'm very skeptical, because what I see is that if this little this spinoff company crashes and burns, it doesn't take JND with it, right? That's how I see it, and that's fine, right? You don't want to keep all your eggs in one basket. So I'm a little bit cautious and skeptical, but at the same time, I understand it is a very safe business practice and move to do so. So let's start the video. Ryan's Horizon, good sir. Thank you, from Sydney. So let's start the video here. We're gonna kind of dissect it here, and I'm gonna share how my mind works when I see promo spots like this. And I'm not gonna play their music. It's not really needed. So it's Kojun Works by JND Studios, and they start off with action figure with technology patent. So my first impression when I see this title card is that, oh, cool. They're going to show me something, right? And in the years that I've been throwing my money at expensive toys, I'm going to assume that I'm going to see something that I've never seen before. All right. Kojun or Kaiju. Anyway, you have my attention, Kojun, right? Let's play. All right, and they're twisting and turning here. World's first patented silicone replication technology. You know, when I see bold headlines like this, I have to confess my red flags are going off. I mean, alarms. This is the first thing I saw. Really, you guys are the world's first. Now, maybe they're just overhyping it, right? Maybe they're just trying to exaggerate, overemphasize. I mean, they're clearly already taken one of the first lessons, the first rules from the Inarts playbook, right? I mean, I would assume that John from Inarts probably is on their marketing team, because I'm already getting the impression that there's a little bit of carnival barking going on here. Okay, you're world's first patented silicone replication technology. Really? All right. And you're showing us a 1/6 scale figure here. Here you go. And again, this is world's first patented pendant invisible joint technology. Invisible joint technology. What sucks about this is that we've seen this type of similar technology probably over 10 years ago, right? World's first patent pendant. Where? What country? What country is holding this patent? I can patent pendant. So it's patent pendant. So it hasn't been actually approved. Invisible joint technology. This is where the whole bullshit meter in me tends to go off when you see bold state. I mean, maybe AI wrote this, maybe they didn't vet it. They probably asked ChatGPT, yeah, let's overhype this, let's blow this out of the water. And like, invisible joint technology, we've seen this already. We've seen this in TB League. Fison figures. This is silicone material figures is nothing new. We've seen invisible joints. Hell, I've built Joker's Arcade right behind me using it. This is it right here. Look at it. That's a seamless joint. I'm pretty sure that TB League uses silicone ingredients in there, and there's probably a dash of rubber, but nonetheless, it is a stainless steel body with enhancements, as you can see, right? And so this is nothing new. We've been down this path before. This is for $80. You can get yourself an anatomically correct 1/6 scale figure. So again, it's just okay. You're hyping it up. Fine. Let's get back to the video. Presents. Oh, I like the magnetic move-in patent. Hold on. We got to go back to this. My God, they're just. Hold, let's go back to this. Go back. Here we go. Magnetic movement patent for maybe they don't see. Maybe the English is maybe lost in translation. Maybe they don't understand what the word patent means, right? Maybe they don't. Patent for preparation. It's almost you know what it feels like. It's like a technobabble. It's like Star Trek technobabble, where you want to sound very very tech savvy. You want to what's the word, crow. You're crow, and I get it. This is a teaser, you know, commercial, right? You know what really bugs me is that it's really not that hard to woo me. You can get my money pretty easy, but when you come at me with bullshit like this, like if they would have just like, hey, just if they would have just done like a sizzle reel of like, look, this is what we're going to be working on, this is what it's going to be doing, and not throw these over the top words, these it's I'm telling you, this is from like the John Inarts playbook. He probably wrote the fucking thing. So hyper real silicone skin, world's first, and again they're silicones. No, is it really? No. Am I the? This is. I'm telling you, it's like bing, bing, bing. It's like red flags going off everywhere. I haven't even made it to the Joker yet, and that in itself is its own drama. But there, you know what? It could be. All right, let's play devil's advocate. Perhaps it's lost in translation, right? Maybe this is a practice that's normal with the Korean culture as a U.S. toy collector, right? And you're trying to grab my money. I smell bullshit. So, silicone skin, world's first patent. No, because there's been other companies out there that have been using similar. We don't look. They're using the word silicone. We don't even. Silicone is very expensive. It's very, very expensive. So what a lot of manufacturers tend to do is that they tend to water it down with other ingredients. They'll use rubber and other impurities and things like that. Silicone is very, very expensive. Silicone skin, world's first patent. And no, because other companies have done this already. Look, I mean, there's even one company. What's it called? The one that has the Tifa Lockhart figure. You guys know what I'm talking about? The S&G, right? The this right here, right there. The SGD Studio Hyperreal Collectibles. You can find them. Actually, this particular half-scale Tifa Lockhart, this one right here, she's actually sold out. And but if you go on their website, they're boasting the exact same, new fangled technologies. I pretty much ignored all of the over the top words. What I just saw was like, okay, cool. This company is making a larger than life, half scale Tifa Lockhart, and they're clearly using some of the established technologies that have been around for a decade or more, TV League and so forth, Bison, and a few other companies. And this company's just like, okay, let's do it. But they're using the word hyper real because everything needs to be real right now. And I believe she retails for $1,000. I believe it's $1,000. But anyway, they're boasting it. She's half scale, and again, everybody. This is the new the shiny little thing that they're shining at us collectors now. It's hyper realism, silicone. Again, the whole, if they didn't use the word patent, I probably I'd be taking them more serious, and I would have been forced to raise shields to JND. But there's there's TV League, there's other companies. I mean, hell, SGD Studio. Now this is their first release here, which she has not been released yet. But I mean, you go to their website. I mean, she's a larger than life TB League version. She's half the size. She's anatomically correct. I mean, so again, this is nothing. This is nothing new. I mean, if this company even comes close to producing what they're showing in these photos, holy shit. I mean, we're moving into the future here. This is going to be some next level collecting here. You know, for the sake of this midnight run, I did have to censor her, but she, I mean, the site even includes the optional frunk pack. Yeah, I guess the frunk package. So they do they do have that. But regardless, we're jumping tracks here. Let's get back over to JND's press presentation. Uh, Here we go. Let's get the video going. All right. So Silicon said, no, they're not the first one. Here we go. They're flexing it, and these close-up shots, they look interesting. Skeleton 1/6 scale action figure. Again, the word skeleton, what is a stainless steel? That's been the norm for quite a while with other manufacturers. Okay, it's just you're just telling me that it's going to be. Wouldn't it suck if it just turns out to be just a high-end TB League body? Wouldn't that suck? Wouldn't that suck if this company Kojun gets stuck in R&D, and then they are forced to like outsource to because TB League is, I mean, they make bodies for other toy manufacturers. They made the one for Street Fighter, right? For Ken and Ryu and so forth. So who's to say that just to keep production costs low, wouldn't that be something, huh? I don't know. I'm speculating on that. I'm not saying that they are, but I wouldn't be surprised. All right, skeleton 160. Here we go. All right, it's interesting. It looks really, really cool. Invisible joint. Again, it's been done. It's nothing new. There's other companies that are doing it. Patent pending joint. See, this is where I get heartburn. This is where like the acid reflux starts to come up when I see you're throwing bullshit at me. Patent pending jointless. What you guys hold the patent for a seamless body with joint? No, Hot Toys has done it. Hot Toys did it with Gamora. Hot Toys is doing it all the time. Hell, the new She-Hulk that's being released is going to have jointless. This is where, and again, maybe this is a situation where things are being lost in translate. Maybe this is the norm in Korea. I don't know. Maybe, South Korea, I don't know what's going on out there. But us U.S. collectors, at least for me anyway, I'm speaking for me. I don't know. I've seen some U.S. collectors out there. You shine a resin Batmobile and they wet themselves. It takes a little bit more for that for me. Anyway, patent pending jointless bullshit. All right, fine. They're gonna give whatever. Okay, articulated hands, C-type only. Okay. That's different, kind of, right? That's kind of like, this is probably where I'd give him a little bit of credit, because this is not very common to have the hand seamless with the wrist. It's not impossible, but it's not very, I wouldn't even use the word practical. It's just not seen very often. And I'm assuming, probably for manufacturing cost reasons, this looks expensive. It really, really does, to have that type of articulate. Because typically, what other companies would do, they would just add like a flimsy wire. But I'm going to assume that they're going to have joints underneath this as to how that's going to hold up, especially out on the East Coast, where they're getting the humidity. collectors out there are swimming out their front door every time there's a hurricane. I mean, how is this going to hold up in certain parts of the country? I look at stuff like this, and you really, as a collector, you have to almost pause and look within the fourth dimension. How is this going to hold up as the years go by? How is it going to hold up in a certain pose? Maybe Hot Toys discovered a dark secret to having this type of seamless arms, that it can be, it can be a Pandora's box. Like, look, this shit's not going to last if we integrate the hands and joints into this rubber mold situation. I'd be very cautious about that. But it does look good, though. It's probably the first point I'm giving them. Everything else has been just blowing smoke up my ass. Look at that. See, that's cool. Glass eyes. See, now we're getting into like the uncanny valley here in a 1/6 scale figure. Now you're going over the top, right? Moving eyes, magnetic control, patent preparation. They're clearly just doing that so no one else steals it, which I'm sure someone else will. That's cool. But how much is it going to cost me? Remember when rooted hair meant something? Remember when it used to remember when rooted hair planted by one? Remember when that used to mean? Now everybody's doing it. Rooted hair has lost its flair. Everybody's doing it. Everybody's doing rooted hair now. It's losing its charm. It's starting to lose its charm. Rooted hair planted one by one. I can only imagine those poor kids that they have on the assembly line, popping one strand of hair at a time. All right, so my concerns right off the bat. I mean, they're boasting a lot. They're crowing a lot. They're barking a lot. There's clearly Let's look at some comments. Let's see if we can figure out a solution here. Collector Joey, you're not wrong. I love me some Joker, but I'm jokered out. That was the inspiration for the thumbnail for this midnight run, where you have way too many. It's just now it feels like it's getting out of control. Now it feels like it's getting out of control. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of the that quote from Incredibles. Remember when Syndrome says, once I make everybody super, then nobody's going to be super. That's what it feels like. It feels that with all of these Jokers, it'll start to lose its charm. It'll start to lose what makes that particular character special if everybody's just taking a crack at it.
And when everyone's super, no one will be.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Too many Jokers, and it's already starting to create this ripple effect within the secondary market, because clearly I can go on eBay, and a lot of the collectors that fell in love with the Inart Joker are desperately trying to offload it buy before Christmas I would assume for a list of reasons. Maybe buyers regret, maybe they need the money, maybe the car broke down, maybe it's an expensive figure. But the problem is that once everybody starts unloading all of these Inart Jokers, it sends the market into a tizzy. It's near crashability. And now that we're getting another, again, my question is why? Why do we know that a Heath Ledger Joker? Now that JND, right? Now that JND is taking a crack at it. Yeah, everybody is just desperately trying to unload it. And then, so what happens to Inart? JND is going to come out with a high-end Heath Ledger Joker. So then what does that make? What does that make Inart's Joker?
Series robots, but like no design I've ever seen.
Well, well. Aren't we the poor cousin?
Down here.
That's it. A saturated market. Jokers everywhere. A high-end Joker for the elite, mind you. I'm assuming I don't even care what this JND Kaiju Joker is gonna Kaiju Works Joker is gonna go for. I don't care. I already have the DX Joker that was released years ago. I have them, and I did pre-order the Artisan Joker. I have him on pre-order. I don't need to go chasing. Excuse me. I don't need to go chasing the Inarts Joker. I don't. It's too many Jokers. I have way too many figures, and I have shifted my path to collecting specific characters and figures that spur joy, that spur creativity, that spur that imagination sparkle in me, that I want to play with it. I want to make it better. I want to add some power. I want to create a diorama. I want to go out in the desert and take some photos of it and drop in whatever. I'm assuming it's going to be over $1,000 for another Heath Ledger Joker is just plain stupid. Very, very stupid. Now maybe you're a Heath Ledger Joker fan. Cool. All right. I mean, I love Tony Stark. I love Iron Man, but I don't collect 3 or 4 different versions of the Mark 7 suit. I typically, when it comes to the suits, I just have one representation of that specific character. Now, when I get my Artisan Joker from Hot Toys, I'm not going to get rid of my DX Joker. Yeah, I've had him for quite a while. There's no reason to get rid of him. I don't need to. I don't need to cannibalize my collection to sustain further. If anything, I've just been more pickier when it comes to getting certain figures, and it's mainly for space. And fun fact, Moducase, they're a bunch of liars. Their quick delivery times are bullshit, so don't cancel my order, Moducase. But yeah, no, they're full of shit. I'm waiting on my last Moducase order, which is the corner unit, and they're just, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing over there. It's like they have the Muppets running the Moducase factory over there. I don't know what's going on over there, but I do need my Moducase. The fact that they just put out another Joker is the most disappointing thing. Here's your chance to do something wild and interesting, and you go with the bland and overdone. It's why? That was my question. Like when the news broke out and it was shared with me, I asked why. Who in the community asked for this? It doesn't make any sense. It is a recipe. It is a recipe for failure. Not only that, though, but JND moving forward with this high-end, posh version of the Heath Ledger Joker, it creates a negative effect down the path. They're now signifying that, hey, we're the new cool guys in town here, right? Where does Inart sit in this? Right? Because that's a high end. That's the next level, right? They've that spectrum of collecting is now crowded. right? Because you're looking at $1,000. I'm guessing it's $1,000. It's gonna be. I mean, they're talking about patent pending first jointless magnetic eyes and steel joints and reinforced rebar and microprocess. I don't know. They shoveled so much schlock into it. But now there's two competitors in the high-end spectrum. And then below that, you have Hot Toys. $300 is the norm for an action figure for now anyway. And then below that, then you have the action figure world of the Smurfs and Marvel Legends, Black Series, all the other stuff, right? And if you turn left, there's Lego, and then you turn right, there's statues. It's just a big city of collecting. So why should you now be devoted? So you have to ask yourself, why should you be devoted to Inarts when there's somebody down the street that's more attractive? They're pumping in more better technology. And you know what? Maybe JND's figures can probably stand on their own. Dare I say, maybe they can actually support their own weight and not tip over when someone looks at the figure the wrong way. Skywalker of Rivia. I understand they prepare their patents. This is normal business. Works multiple Europe to avoid rework. Bullshit. Here we go. Now they boast this stuff all the time. And meanwhile, Mercedes done it for. I'm telling you that this is how it's almost like history repeating itself, because when Inarts came out into the scene and they broke out into the scene, right? And all the little YouTubers were drooling and wooing, and they were clamoring at Inarts, to get them on their panels, and to get John, the Carnival Barker, on the panel, and they were all swoon and so forth, right? They were all mesmerized, and I stood in the background, I'm like, no, and this is way too many red flags. Inarts had a ton of red flags in the beginning. They still do. They can barely keep up. What is it? Well, how many pre-orders do they have? 15 pre-orders. They've had one successful launch, and then they can barely get the second one fully batched out, right? No, Inarts. No. What was their press release that they're gonna? They promised that their New Year's resolution that they're gonna step up production. Yeah, buy that for $1. What is Hot Toys planning to do? I don't think Hot Toys has anything to worry about. JND is operating on a different plane here. They are existing in a high-end niche market. They clearly only want to sell maybe 30 or 40 figures to the elite here. So I don't think Hot Toys has anything to worry about, actually. No, I don't think Howard is losing any sleep over this. A vintage grader, you're not the only one. You are not the only one that is getting sick and tired of all these jokers. Nope, good sir. You are not. I'm getting, it's too much now. It's getting out of control now. It just is. No, and then every time you turn around, it's like, what? Another.
This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
We should not have made this bargain.
You shouldn't have made that pre-order with Inarts. I told you. You guys wanted to listen to those other young buck collectors out there. I told you. Sick with. I'm telling you. The Joker was never going to be able to achieve that Grail status that everybody was hoping and dreaming for. Iron King, I'm with you on that. People can barely keep up with their pre-orders. Who has a spare 17 lying around? Is that what they're asking for this thing? Jesus Christ. That hasn't been converted, right? That's not, did you, what is that? Is that like a North Korean buck there? What, North Korean dollar? What, you're $1,700. No, I don't. Is it, is Joker going to be anatomically correct for $1,700? Because because for a $1,000 you can get Tifa Lockhart from SGD Studios, and she's half scale, and she's only retailing for $1,000, and she comes with all her bits and parts there. So for $1,700, what do you I mean, are you getting Batman's head in a duffel bag? What are you getting with that? Because I'm telling you, they're not the only ones. You can tell I enjoy showing that frame there. Oh God, David Moreno. The issue is everyone is wanting to do a Heath Ledger Joker just as much as the third-party companies want to make a ton of BBS Batman figures, especially 1/12 scale. This is why you have to pump the brakes when it comes to pre-order, folks. You don't want to get painted into a corner where you have to make the decision of throwing money away. Or worse, you end up fulfilling the invoice and then you end up receiving a figure that you're not happy with. Look, we've all been in that, at least I'm going to speak for veterans, where we've made pre-orders, we've pre-ordered something, and out of like loyalty or this level of discipline, we will commit to fulfilling that invoice and just end up buying the figure. Then we end up buying the figure, and then you end up souring over it. Then you realize, like, why did I do that? I'm not even going to open up the figure, and I hate it. And it's just that buyer's remorse. But you ended up buying the figure, and now you're kind of stuck with it. Yeah, I'm guilty of that. I think I've been a lot better in the last couple of years, but before 2020, I was 100% guilty of that. I feel as a long-term veteran collector, I've exercised discipline in not falling into that trap, and so it's one of the reasons why my pre-order list is below 30. I want the option. I want once the figure releases, and then let me decide on when to get it, because there's nothing fun about by the end of December ending up with like 10 or 15 Hot Toy figures sitting in a corner and then not enjoying it. Or worse, you end up starting to hate the pile, because that's what happens too. Then you end up with that you start to build that anger, like, why did I get all these figures? I'm not even enjoying, I'm not even displaying it, I'm not even playing with it or posing with it. You don't want that. That is a recipe for just tapping out. Like, I'm done. Tapping out. Boop, done with Hot Toys, so forth. You end up just tapping out. Same as Iron Man everywhere. No, it is not, Fly Drone Boy. It is not. It is not. No, it is apples and oranges, and I can debate you with that, but no, it's not. Is Boba Fett 2 pack coming soon, Desert Video? It's coming. I need to. You guys are not. I need to. My God, I hate that figure so much. I've never owned a figure in my collection. It's not even in this collection that I've resented, that I despise. I mean, if there's a figure that I own right now that I hate, it is definitely Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett. I ended up buying him on a discount bargain bin, and he doesn't even exist. He's in a different room, and he's in a pile of clothes. I hate that figure so much. And he's gone down in value so much that he's trash. Yeah, I need to bury the fucker. I need to bury him out in the desert. You still haven't gotten your cases. My last Modu case order has not arrived. My corner unit. Yes, they did. Modu case. They're a bunch of liars. Yes, they did process. That's right. They're all full of yes. Modu. They boasted that they were going to get all these on the whole automation. Yes, I'm telling you. The whole Modu case improved time was a lie. So if any of you folks that are watching this midnight run and you pre-ordered your Modu case for a Black Friday deal, right? and the estimated time was 6 months. No. Join the club. You will wait probably a year or more. Yeah, it's bullshit. All of it. The whole module case nonsense. I don't know what they're doing in Singapore. I have no clue. It's aluminum rods with acrylic panels. Jesus, I mean, you're not building. I mean, you're not. This isn't SpaceX, for crying out loud. I don't know what the hell they're doing over there. The Inart Joker is bargain bin everywhere. I mean, collectors can't get rid of this thing to save their life. It's if it hasn't crashed, it's if it hasn't already crashed, it's on its way to crashing. Why would you want a high-end Joker that now has the potential of being seen as the inferior product to another high-end company? It's stupid. It's no. And I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know. I have no plans of ever picking that up. It's just no. Why, Jesus? Why? They couldn't have done Wonder Woman. They couldn't have done Aquaman. They couldn't have done Batman from Justice League, Ben Affleck. But no, they all want to keep playing it safe with Joker, which is just stupid. And the market is saturated. It's getting to the point where collecting is just more companies one-upping each other instead of making new things at times. Look, I get it. Companies want to play it safe, right? They want to protect their investment. R&D is very expensive. It's time-consuming to make a figure. But you can't tell me that the safest bet is making another high-end figure where the existing high-end figure is already being discounted. I mean, KG Hobby still has the Inart Joker. I mean, they were offering 30% off during their Black Friday deal, and there's a few other overseas resellers that were offering that still have it. You can still buy the Joker. My God, you Facebook Marketplace. God, you probably find the Inart Joker on Craigslist. You know, next to all the X06 figures that everybody's unloading. Look, this is thoughts and prayers, folks. I get this. This is stressful. This is such a stressful situation to be in, where you're being tempted by all of these, wonderful fruits from the left and the right, and again, it's. I mean, you go to Sideshow. Let's go to see if I can get Sideshow up here. I mean, you go to Sideshow and there's the stuff is just piling up. Like, what's all this about? Captain Rex? Get the what is this? Why is there another a Captain Rex? Now, that quarter scale Iron Man 2, that's coming home. That right there is a work of art. So, plus we've never had Mark 6 in quarter scale with this level of like detail, articulation. That head sculpt is just wow. Yeah, I mean, it's for crying out loud, it's the Mark 6. I mean, this is an Avenger suit. This thing was, I mean, this is what saved the Avengers from the helicarrier, right? So I'm getting distracted with Iron Man because I do love Iron Man. And then Ahsoka the White. I was under the impression that we were jumping out of the whole Star Wars bandwagon. I didn't see this show. I had no interest in seeing the Ahsoka show. Thank God. I don't know who this market is for. I did see that the viewership was lower for this show. So as again, when Hot Toys releases these prototypes, they don't know that as they work on these prototypes almost a year before sometimes these shows debut. They don't know that Ahsoka is going to end up the way of being forgotten as the Book of Boba Fett. And then talk about late to the party here. This guy here. But again, I mean, I give credit to Hot Toys. At least they're still committed to their one-offs, and that Feral Predator, I'm not getting it, but it is still considered a one-off. Martok here, I don't know who this guy is. Was he in Book of Boba? I don't know who these clowns are. I don't. Who's buying this shit? Marok? I don't. I feel so left. This is like, not only are the releases coming in fast, but the announcements are just coming just as fast. Like, as a veteran collector here, I'm having trouble keeping like this. Like, there's way too many. There's way too many. We have John Wick again. They finally committed to Indiana Jones, the deluxe version from the Dial of Destiny. They have the Ozempic Grand Admiral Thrawn here, which from my impression was it wasn't even screen accurate. The figure, what did they do? They just repurposed a slim male body. They didn't even make the effort to capture the actor's likeness, body wise. So I don't, between Hot Toys, and then Mondo. I mean, parent company to Mondo is Funko, and they're going hard with the Masters of the Universe line. Hasbro, the Ghost Trap campaign, did that end? I don't even know when did that end in. I'm backing a few of those. I just once that HasLab was announced, I just placed my order. I'm like, just set it and forget it, because Ghostbusters is just it's hot shit right now. So Pablo, are you getting Thrawn? Here about Danoby, are you getting Thrawn?
No, he will not be trained.
No.
No. I didn't see that show. I didn't sit through that mess. Ew, no. Nope. I've kind of created a like an exodus with like the Disney Plus Star Wars, those watered down shows. I don't want any of that shit. It's all garbage to me now. Nope, I didn't see not one episode of Ahsoka. I had no reason to. There was no reason for me to see that show. I don't care to see Andor. I'm still recovering from the wounds and from watching the Kenobi Disney Plus show. My God, if there's a show I regretted watching and like destroying the lore, personal for me, was Kenobi. Book of Boba Fett was garbage. Mando, the Mandalorian season 3 was okay. Wasn't the best, but that's done. Pedro Pascal is chasing that HBO money for The Last of Us, so he's not going to put on that suit. He's done. So now I pretty much have shut the steel doors with the Disney Plus Star Wars shows, and even the Marvel shows. I'm being very fair. The Marvel Disney Plus shows were kind of trashy as well too, but they're still getting my money. Hot Toys is still taking me for the coals, and they have me because I am digging the current Iron Man line, the 2.0s, the quarter scale Iron Man. They have me on that. And I'm still 100% devoted to Marvel Sony Spider-Man. That whole world, I'm getting it all. I love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's my jam. So they're still going to rake me over the coals for Marvel Sony Spider-Man. I love it. Give me more Spider-Man. Give it to me. Give it. I want it all. More. I want more Spider-Man. But these like this, like oh, fuck no. God, no. No. And this little oh God, this little thing here. No. And you guys know me, I love droids. I have a droid. I built a droid factory. But this little abomination here, he is 100% not entering my collection. Absolutely not. This little thing here is an abomination. No. No, this right here, well, this character here would probably fall in the same plane of existence as Boba Fett from the Book of Boba Fett. He would annoy me. And it's only in recent years that there's certain figures and characters that can trigger such a dark side of me. And I've only experienced this dark side. This is one of the reasons why Boba Fett has to he's buried in a pile of junk in a different room. That figure cannot exist in this room. This is like a holodeck, right? When you go down the stairs, it's a regular home. It's just, you wouldn't know that there's a toy collector that lives here. This is self-contained with the shielding. But Boba Fett, my God, like, what was I? No. And so this little creep here, he would probably fall. So, and I love droids. You folks know I love droids. And the thing is, Brian, is that I don't see this as part of the droid canon in my vision. This right here, no, this is more like a virus. This is this is a representation, a reminder to me that all things must end. That's what this is. This is it's very toxic. Yeah, I'm trying to really put it in words as to what this, and I love droids, man. I'm telling you, I have a droid factory behind me where all my droids are powered up. Switch a remote control button, all my droids powered up. You guys have seen it if you follow me on Instagram. I love powering up my droids, but this little creep here, absolutely not. No, he's not. To me, he's not droid canon. I am loving, though, the classic trilogy merch, though, like the Dewback and the Stormtrooper. That's coming home, 100%. I don't know who this chick is. Sabine Wren. I don't know. I didn't know. Now, again, for Hot Toys' credit, I love that they're doing these one-offs, like this One Piece show. I love this show. It was a breath of fresh air. I loved it. And I haven't pre-ordered Monkey D. Luffy yet. I need to. But he's definitely coming home. So as Zorro as well, too. So, I mean, there's a lot of good stuff. I just Tony Stark's suit up, great. Like this little no. This was, I don't know why they did this. First Moff Gideon, you can still buy the first Moff Gideon. Nobody wants the first Moff Gideon. I don't know who's buying this. No. I mean, I've really, as far as my love and dedication to certain IPs and certain characters, I've really I've raised shields. But again, there's still, Hot Toys still has me under the ringer because Spider-Man 2 for the PS5. I loved that game. Game is awesome. Fantastic. Every character that is made for that game is 100% coming home. So it's a tough choice. It's just as a collector, I'm like, I really only want to collect now the things that make me happy, that bring that joy. I want to feel like a kid again. I'm going to tell you right now, when I worked on Green Goblin on the glider, that was fun. I enjoyed that. And that's what I, as a collector now, at least my point in my life, that I would like to pursue now. I want to buy figures that spur imagination, that just bring that joy. And when I see things like this, like this, like, no, No, I don't know what's going on here. I have no idea. Maybe have her in a slave outfit in Jabba's palace. Maybe I don't know what's going on there. You know, I don't know what's going on there. I don't. Yeah, this is coming home. This is coming home. This is more. This is. I mean, it clears the height to get on the ride. So this is coming home. IG-12 with the accessories. Yes, it is 100% cash grab. But yeah, it's definitely going to be. And then we still have the whole Batman thing here. We have so many Batmans coming in. I don't know what Hot Toys is doing. Rocket, Darth Sidious. Man, there's a lot of good stuff coming in. I can't wait to get this guy. Return of the Jedi. I'm going to say my two highly anticipated figures for 2024. It's definitely this guy right here, Return of the Jedi C-3PO, and Return of the Jedi 40th anniversary. 100% right here. Yeah. He's coming home. I didn't know he was on wait list. Is he? Deluxe version. I'm not pre-ordering Darth Vader. There's plenty of SKUs for Darth Vader, and I have local comic book shops here in Vegas that carry Hot Toys, and I don't foresee Darth Vader being an issue to get once it gets released. So there's no reason for me to pre-order Darth Vader, especially since everybody's going to be. How many Darth Vaders we have? We have him, and we have like the Kenobi Vader. Way too many Vaders. Ahsoka was decent, but the fact that they made another female character stabbed by a lightsaber twice and survived was infuriating. So it was another Disney Plus Star Wars show with bad writing. You know what? I'm interested in this. That's right. They did tease an animated version of Wolverine, right? In the yellow traditional suit. I'm interested. They have my attention. I would like to learn more. I am. It's definitely, I'd like to learn more. It's hard to share my opinion because are they going like a live action version of Wolverine? Are they going off of the X-Men 97 version? I need more data. I need more information, but I'm interested and it has my attention. So, do you have any of the Mondo Batman? No, I'm not touching any of the Mondo Batman animated series. Nope. I am pretty much almost 100% committed to Mondo's Masters of the Universe line. I'm getting I have Prince Adam already. I haven't even opened them up yet. I've just been so busy. I got Panther yesterday. I haven't opened up Panther yet. He's in the other room. He's just in a box. I hate rushing this stuff. And I have so much incoming merch that I hate to open something up, throw it on the shelf, set it and forget it. Like, let me savor it. Let me enjoy the experience. I mean, these are expensive toys. Let me get into it. Did I miss it? Captain Rex, the way the irony. The way you look at that, Marks, is how I see the Phase 1 Rex. But yeah, no, we didn't need it, but I'm happy with the price being close to the original, coming with all the swap outs. Yeah, it was an easy it was an easy swap out there, a cash grab. It's Toontown. Put him in Joker's Palace. Wolverine. Yeah, I mean, you can't get rid of this guy. The 2-pack, you can't get rid of the 2-pack Boba Fett. I mean, he always shows up in a BOGO deal or buy one, get one free or a daily deal. You can't get, and this is one of the things that I said 2 years ago. Everybody, it's a grail. It was a grail. No, man, it was a joke. Complete joke. I do have She-Hulk on pre-order. I'm very interested in the character. Yeah, and the show wasn't the best. But I'm interested in the whole R&D process of the actual, because of her height. It's a tall female figure, and everything on it should be brand new. There's nothing being recycled with She-Hulk. I like to see what the skin tone looks like, the face sculpt articulation. It's a very unique one-off figure, and it's not for everybody. It's definitely not a figure that as a collector I can defend to others in a competitive market right now. But me personally, I am 100% looking forward to collecting She-Hulk. What else? Let me see what else is going on here. We have Bane. We have Avatar too. There's just so much stuff coming, and we still have that first phase of Attack of the Clone figures. Padme, Anakin, young Anakin. There's quite a bit. And then what about this guy? I have him. I have the 501st Legion ATRT on pre-order. It's supposed to be, well, December 20, maybe it got pushed out. I hope so. It says December 2023 to March 2024. So it could be inbound. Yeah. Agents of the Fox. At what point do you think you'll run out of space with your module cases? So I have contingencies within contingencies, because the collection has to exist in this room, right? Pop me up there. So the collection, it has to exist inside this room. And after I add the corner, I have a dead space over here that you can't see off camera. And I have an opportunity to actually add, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but you see where the foot, where that ATRT, the ATT foot right here, I have enough space there to actually add another max 140. Now, if I do that though, it's going to be a tight fit. It's going to close the entrance, but I actually think it's going to look pretty cool. I would prefer not to, because remember, these module case orders are always going to be a year out. So, and for you folks out there, what's the max 140 plus? It's essentially the Spider-Man right here, the Spider-Man setup here. It'd be another one of those duplicated and then pushed out, and then, but it would just be kind of like a tight entrance. But I actually think it would look very cool, and it would look very self-contained, almost near holodeck proportions. But once I run out of space, then I would start to pretty much, and this is worst case scenario, I've already started throwing away art shipper boxes, but I am prepared to like purge, because here's the thing: if I ever decide to move, unless I hire labor to have all these figures repackaged back into the art shipper box, is just stupid. It's not a smart use of labor, and I would probably pay to have someone come in here and take their time and throw them back in the box. But I've come to the conclusion that it would probably be more efficient, that if I ever decide to move, just to take all the figures and layer them within like a towel into like a large Tupperware container, and then sticker them per unit. So I would add stickers to the units. I would add like, I would catalog the module cases, like, module case A1, module case A2, and so forth. That way I can then duplicate the almost near into its new location. But to put everything back into boxes is just stupid. And I'm not in a situation where I'm cannibalizing. I'm forced to sell my collection to cannibalize it, to keep it in a state of existence, if that makes any sense, right? Even though it was always my intention to keep the because I do see my collection as being alive, where things come in and out. Very seldom, though, very seldom. But it was always my plan to keep the collection alive, where every few months I would sell a figure and then I would add 2 more, just to kind of keep things fresh and so forth. And it wasn't so much, the plan was never so much to sell a figure to support it. I'm in a situation I don't need to do that. I can invest in other things. I can invest in HasLabs. I can and use the profits from that to help keep the collection up. The Tomy Enterprises, those things are going for what, 15, $2,000 on eBay. I still have a few of those left. I did sell a couple, right? But yes, I am 100%. I'm probably like at 80. I feel like I'm at 70 or 80, but I feel like I can find more space. I always tend to find more space in my collection. The thought of moving terrifies me. It was bad enough taking down all my magic cases. Yes, no, you're right. Yeah, I have a plan. It's just I'm gonna have to pay labor. I did it the first time when we first moved here years ago to this home. I did hire movers to help me. So, yeah. Yeah, Star Wars blog. Rotating things is a good idea. Nothing wrong with that at all. Things change. Yes. So, but where I'm at right now is when it comes to keeping things fresh, and with Hot Toys and other companies, is that when there's a 2.0 being introduced, that to me is an invitation to sell the old version of the figure so I can update it. So, for example, I don't have the Mark III diecast. I think it's a 2.0. I have the first Mark III diecast that was released back in 2015. It was okay. It was okay for its time, but I know for a fact that the Mark III diecast 2.0, when that figure arrives into my collection, there is no reason for me to have that 2015 Mark III. I'm going to box it up and put it in storage? No, I will probably just list it on eBay and sell it. And then again, whatever I can get for the market, not so much for I need to get my money's worth out of it, but just it needs to go. That to me is how my collection is living, keeping things fresh and moving and so forth. For example, where you see the DeLorean here, it's on my to-do list that I need to rotate that section up there because I need to fit the Tomy Enterprise, the diecast Tomy Enterprise. I don't know if you can see it here, but it's sitting right here on the glass. I can show it to you. It's right there. See, it's sitting right there, and it needs to go. It needs a permanent home, and it's been difficult because it's diecast, and so this is the USB R2 there. But anyway, this Tomy Enterprise, it needs a permanent home. And the only reason I haven't put them up yet, the ship, why it hasn't been displayed yet, is because I've been trying to crack the DNA structure of the Tomy Enterprise. I'm trying to USB hack it. I want to be able to plug it in and keep it illuminated up there. The problem is that it's reinforced freaking stainless steel, and I can USB hack because there's two power sources. There's one in the saucer, one in the body, and I figured out how to USB hack the actual body of the ship, but the saucer part is extremely difficult and would require drilling, and I'm very hesitant about drilling into the saucer section of the Tomy Enterprise because the damn thing is going for a lot of money on the secondary market, and it's different when when it comes to USB hacking. I don't have a lot of restrictions, but if something that I want to USB hack is trending a lot on the secondary market, it usually forces me to pause the brakes. Yeah. And it's not that I've pushed away from TB League figures. It's that there's so much. And TB League figures were always like a small guilty pleasure for me because they're all, you'd get a fantasy character and for $150 and so forth. The problem is that there's so much good stuff out there, and the TB League figures that I would buy have just been coming put on the back burner. I can't keep buying TB Leagues when there's other good stuff that I really do want for my collection. Yeah, that's the problem. Hot Toys keeps announcing pre-orders, and the latest Wolverine figure is unacceptable. Why would it be unacceptable? You're talking about the animated one that was just teased? Hot Toys keeps announcing pre-orders and the latest. I don't understand. Maybe I'm missing something here. If you can't deliver the prototype final production consistency, straight up scam. They can't even spell Wolverine. Oh, I guess I'm missing something here. You talking about the Days of Future Past Wolverine? I'm assuming that's what it is. The days. So it's not the one that was just teased. You're talking about the Days of Future Past. I saw the production. I saw the blogger photos for it. I thought it looked fine. So, Days of Future Past Wolverine. Was that the? So what was it? The head sculpt was different. Were collectors? Was that the latest tap dance one? That collectors who had pre-ordered it were looking for bullshit excuses. Was that another tap dance excuse? That was a tap. That was, wasn't it? Head sculpt is totally different from the JC shirt. Okay. It looks great to me. So, because it looks different than the prototype, folks are tapping their way out of it. I'm pretty sure I smelled some tap dance in there, Dean, because I saw those. I figured it looks dynamite. Let me see if I can find it. I don't know what. Yes, it's different. I won't argue with you on that. Head sculpt is different. I figured it looks great. I don't. If collectors are looking, who out there was tap dancing their way out of this? Was it Six Scale Mafia? Was it Wilfoxification? Which who was it? Was it who out there was? I don't. To me, it looked great. I don't know what. Yes, it looked different. The faceplate was misspelled. It was misspelled when it was first announced. No one noticed it. Now they're canceling the orders or complaining. So it is so Eric. So it is. So they are tap dancing out of it. Okay. So the faceplate was misspelled in the prototype or in the final release of it. And is that what they're? It's a tap dance. They're tap dancing their way out of it, right? I can't be. Love that clip, right? That's what it is. They're looking for bullshit because there's so many invoices, there's so many figures coming out that everybody that committed to Days of Future Past, now they're all tapping their way out of this. I never. So look, tap dancing. Let's. When I say that someone is tap dancing, I am not. I'm not attacking their financial situation. And I'm just to make this clear, when I say that someone is tap dancing, I'm saying that their story is changing from their initial commitments when the figure was first announced and to the point where pre-orders were placed, and now they're canceling their pre-orders because a letter was misspelled or the head sculpt is now different. That, in my book, is you're tap dancing your way out of it. Well, you know what? The head sculpt changed. The head sculpt changed. So, I'm not going to buy it now because it looks different. And then what happens is that you get the mob together with a little pitchfork and so forth. I saw the photos. Looked fine to me. Was it different? Sure. It did look different. But it was still Hugh Jackman. So that's odd. I wonder who out there was, which of these channels were, who was holding the tap dancing event on that? It was, it's probably that kid Christian DeJour or somebody, or was it? It wasn't Mafia, was it? Was Mafia tap dancing? Because I know he's been. Who else? Who else is it? Will Foxificate? Who's been? Somebody's always. Who's tap? Just This is one of the reasons when they make these figures, when they announce these the prototypes, I'm like, I'm not, look, the figure looks great, but I'm not going to pre-order it. I didn't pre-order Wolverine. Days of Future Past Wolverine looked good. I'll consider it, but I never committed. And I remember the Days of Future Past Wolverine was definitely one of those figures that everybody was throwing like an Endor celebration over this damn thing. And now that the figure releases during the holidays, during the nightmare before Christmas, where I get it. It seems like Hot Toys is like farting a release every other day now. And these aren't $20, $30 figures. These are $300 figures. I get it. Thoughts and prayers. I'll post it on Facebook for you kids out there. But the trick is not to paint yourself into a corner. That way you can say, very cautiously, hey, this prototype looks great. I'm a big Wolverine fan, but at $350 for the figure, I'm going to wait for the release. I'm still not too keen on it. Not sign the check over on day one. So, absolutely. I know the Dewback is going to be the next. That'll be a whole tap dancing event. That'll be like an old school flash mob in a mall. When those Dewbacks are essentially big ticket items. Those are almost $850 with the Stormtrooper once you add shipping and tax, right? Absolutely, the Dewback. Everybody, I pre-ordered it. I didn't pre-order. Folks, I can tell you, I will be getting the Dewback with the Stormtrooper. But I'm no fool. That is a big ticket item. That's an $850, I think is the number I came up with once you add shipping and tax. I cannot have a surprise like that popping out of nowhere. That is a big ticket item. That, for me, needs to be purchased on my own terms, not by Sideshow's own, through a surprise email announcement. Hey, we're going to charge you tomorrow on your Dewback. Get over it. And you're like, what? That's if they even have the common courtesy to let you know. Sometimes they can be dicks and just charge you for it. So, you want to be careful about that crap. I'm telling you. You want to be very careful. And Hot Toys, they clearly opened up another factory with kids working the assembly lines, because my God, they are stepping up the production. There's been releases that are showing up 8 to 10 months from its announcements. Are you for real? That is some scary shit, folks. I'm telling you. You announce a figure in 8 to 10 months, it's out by coincidence at the end of the year where everybody's trying to cook the books. Sideshow's been trying to Sideshow's been trying to cook, pepper, saute their books, because my God, the amount of dead stock they have in those warehouses. Jesus Christ. Hot Toys doesn't give a shit. All they're doing is fulfilling the POs, Oh, it's a small batch. Knock it out. 8 months down the road. I am 100% cautious. Look, I'm still buying the stuff, but I am 100% being extra picky. I am not painting myself into a corner, and I am definitely not spreading the gospel to the world that I'm day one pre-ordering this figure, and then once the figure gets released, the head sculpt, his eyebrow was different, or they misspelled the name, so cancel. Tap 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 tap. I miss you folks. God, I love it. I miss you guys. I do. I gotta go to bed. I have an adventure tomorrow. I'm gonna go hiking tomorrow. How do I end it?
Empath's dying. Kill it if you have to. That's the only way to become what you're meant to be.
Oh my
Gosh.
What would it take to get you to come back to do Finn again?
In what?
I mean, I don't know if Finn is...
You ain't gonna Disney Plus me.
If you want the ultimate, you gotta be willing to pay the ultimate price.